Hey everyone, it's Chantal Gerardy here from Online Business Marketing, and today I am fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be able to present the education piece for the Be Connected world. So I'm very happy because I love to present. And today I'm sharing one of my most favorite in all the world topics, because I truly believe that what I'm presenting on today is the difference between you making sales online or not. Okay, let me say that again. It is the difference between you making sales online or not. And that is around having a strategy. That is, and the strategy is having a lead magnet, a lead funnel, a way to get people the hell of social media, which has been one of my fundamentals over the last probably 8 years now. So I'm going to take you straight to the PowerPoint presentation, because else we'll be here all day. Because for those of you who've been with me before, you know that that's a true story. It will happen. So if we stick to the slideshow presentations, we cannot go wrong. All right, so yes, you can see it. Cool, awesome. So today I'm going to show you how to create an ebook lead magnet. For those of you who were with us last month, when I presented on the other education piece, it was on how to create 37 types of lead generation funnels within your business. 37. Today I'm taking one of those things and I'm going, you know what, this is the easiest one for you to have and do and get right, and I want that for you and I want that for your business. And that is why today I'm sharing with you how you can create an ebook lead magnet. Now, some of the terms are going to be a little bit unfamiliar. Do not freak out. As I move through, I will show you some visuals and I'll explain a little bit more in depth. All right. A lot of people say, well, you talk so fast, Chantal. And I said, well, you're going to learn a lot then, aren't you? Good. I'm glad Chris likes that one. Okay. So today, firstly, I want you to know an ebook lead magnet strategy is for both B2B and B2C, right? Business to business and business to customer. It's not just for one. It is for those who offer services, and it is for those who run an e-commerce store. So it applies to all of these businesses having a lead magnet funnel. So my promise is, hand on heart, I'm going to show you a lead generating marketing strategy where you can use an ebook hook to hook your prospects into a list, nurture them to be able to make sales. But your promise, as always, is to be fully engaged. So no multitasking, no prepping dinner, thinking about what's for dinner, answering your emails or texts. If you truly want to get great value from this today, I am talking fast. I'm giving you the juice. I'm not giving you the fluff, which means I'm going to need you to be fully engaged. So I recommend cameras are on and we're not multitasking, but we are single tasking, because when you multitask, you are 80% less productive, which means when you single task, you're 80% more productive. Think about what 80% more productive could do to your business. Number 2, be an action taker, meaning I always have 2 pieces of paper. My one is a brain dump one where I literally scribble everything under the sun that I think is absolutely amazing, and I put it in there. The problem with this is that I end up content dumping into here, and when I get to the end, I go, OMG, where do I even start? Especially when I can't read my own writing. So what I do then is I've got another piece, another book, a smaller book. These are my high priority items, meaning that as soon as it comes out of my mouth and enters your ears, you go, OMG, that is gold. If I get that one thing right, it is going to transform my business. And you're going to write that on here, on the high priority items, which means afterwards you only go to the high priority items and you can look at the other stuff later on when the high priority is done. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, sorry for those of you who do, but I moved here from South Africa 14 years ago. Apparently I've lost my accent. And when I moved here, I had 3 daughters under the age of 5, twins, Erin and Jordan, and little baby Hannah. In South Africa, I grew up there, knew everyone, big family, growing a business, super easy, word of mouth, no need for online. It was just really easy to do because you just know everyone. When I moved here, I knew no one, had no family support at all, and no financial, we had no money coming in at all, and no financial support at all. We had no Centrelink. We're paying our way into the country. So I literally, with no marketing experience or no tech experience, grew a 6-figure business within 5 years. Now, the reason I tell you that is not so that to gloat, but this is to say that I'm not a marketer, which means I want to empower you that if I, as a non-marketer who's hyperactive and untechy, can figure this shit out, so can you. All right? And I want that for you. I want you to believe that if I can do it, you can do it. And you can. Just get out of your own way. All right? Here is my family now on the right-hand side. Girls are standing on the same side. Jordan on the far right, Erin and Hannah. No, I didn't get it wrong. I was just looking. And there we are now, how many, 15 years later now. They're taller than me, which they love. And this is me, okay? Everyone, the biggest joke on social media is, Chantal, do you ever work? All right. Last week at an expo, I had someone say to me, Chantal, do you live in a van? And I went, no, I have a house. Van life's a choice, okay? All my holidays is a choice. So I want to be outside. I want to be playing. I don't want to be online. And that means if I can find a way to get results online, I will teach it to you. I not only do it myself, I teach it to you. And I am still 100% ad-free business. All right. And my business is now, 6-figure business. Cool. So I did things backwards, fell into it, but afterwards went and got a whole bunch of certification and nominations, international awards as well. I've helped over 1,000 business owners worldwide now. And my biggest thing is that I have over 280 online reviews, and I have also been featured in multiple platforms. These are some of the businesses that I have the honor of presenting for on an ongoing basis. Obviously, Be Connected's one of those. My most favorite one was probably the Block contestants, getting to work with them. And over the last 3 to 4 years, I've done so much work with the Queensland Small Business Grants, which has been amazing. Master Plumbers Association, Active and Healthy Gold Coast. I'm an educator for Business Blueprints. I'm an ambassador for the Ladies Finance Club with Molly Benjamin. And I'm also the marketing consultant for the Business and Jobs Expo as well. So I have a lot of fun, and this is me having a lot of fun, and I get to meet a lot of really important people, and I do scrub up occasionally if I have to. So here's just a couple of other people that I've worked with, other industries I've worked with. You can go through, have a little quick look, see if you can find any more spelling errors, because there were a few last time. But I'm sure that you will find your industry on there, because a lot of people will say to me, Chantal, what industry does this apply to? You should niche. And to tell you the truth, a lead generation funnel is not niche based. It isn't. It applies to all those categories, as I mentioned previously. So as I said, this is probably my biggest thing, and this is only a small handful of these. But if you did go and do a stalk, which is one of my fundamentals that I teach, is on how to become a stalker, you will find over 300 online reviews now. In fact, it's actually more than 280. And this is people that are actually talking about financial results that they're getting from the work that I've done with them. Financial results. So not just, oh yeah, now I know how to use Facebook, or oh yeah, now I have a lead magnet. It's that they're actually generating income for their clients. So let's get into it. It is really important for you to understand the importance of creating a lead generation funnel to attract and engage your audience. Because if you don't attract and engage your audience, they're not going to stay with you. They're going to go find someone else like you, because let me tell you a secret. You are not special. There are millions of you out there. So in order to attract them and engage them, having a lead generation funnel is a paramount principle of that. The second part is you have to drive people to the lead generation funnel. I spoke to a lady yesterday. She has like 5 lead magnets. And I'm like, oh, how many subscribers do you get? How many sales do you make from them? Oh, nothing. This one's broken. This one's, don't even know if that link works. This one's kind of sitting over there floating in space. And a lead magnet, without you pushing people to that lead magnet, will do nothing. So you have to know how to use social media and your content marketing plan to get people to get the right people. Let me say that. That's super important, to get the right people to sign up. And the third part of this, and this is why I'm known as the end-to-end marketing strategist, is because I look at both parts of the funnel. The front end of that funnel is the social media. The back end of that funnel is nurturing your audience through effective email flows. Too many times I hear businesses where they've got a lead magnet, maybe they're pushing the social media to the lead magnet, the person downloads the lead magnet and it's no happy ending. Okay, you have to have the end part. And in fact, if you are doing any form of paid advertising and you do not have email flows in place attached to your lead magnets, you are throwing money down the toilet. Cool. So these are the biggest challenges that I generally find when people don't have a lead magnet. These are usually some of the things that they would say. They'll go, oh my gosh, there's just so many channels, so little time, I don't know what to do. Or they go, you know what, I just don't know, I don't have the skills to create a lead magnet, or I don't have the strategies, or I don't have the systems. As I said, I taught myself how, and if I can teach myself how, you can teach yourself how. All right. I have a farmer in Bow Desert who's been working with me for 5 years, and his business has quadrupled. And my little, I'm not going to call him little old man from Bow Desert. If he ever hears us, he'll shoot me. But he got this right, and he was doing this. We work one-on-one for 2 hours a month, and he has got this now. He's got it down packed. He's filling his events every month and selling out in produce. Number 3, producing and delivering consistent content to put them into the lead magnet. Because so many people are like, well, what content do I create to actually get them to download the lead magnet? The 4th one is the biggest problem you'll have is not expanding your customer base, because word of mouth referrals are one thing. But if you want to extend and expand and reach a wider audience, the only way to do that is to generate ongoing quality leads from the right audience, because they may be there worldwide, but you can't expand that customer base or even the locations of it if you don't know how to use social media, lead magnets, and the email flows, which is part of that whole funnel. Second to last, inability to convert those leads into customers. And again, this really just comes into the F principle, which is the follow through, follow up principle, which is one of my teachings. You have to follow through with a strategy. It has to go end to end. You have to follow up. Okay. The fortune's in the follow-up. And the last one, which everyone tells me, is I'm non-techie. And here's the thing. I am very non-techie. But all I did was learn to use the stuff that I have and that I needed in order to get the result that I wanted. And then what I did, only when I became a 6-figure business, did I then start to outsource and get VAs. I do not recommend you get VAs unless you're a 6-figure business. I believe you need to learn how to do it yourself until you get to that stage, because else you cannot productively and effectively manage those VAs. But I have a whole blog on that. If you want to read that, just let me know. So my biggest regret in all my businesses is I did not start email marketing soon enough. All right. I wasn't going to throw this in there, but I will. When I got an opportunity to buy my first property, I was $16,000 short. Okay. My mortgage broker said to me, Chantal, single, self-employed, 3 kids, you're paying child support. You know, like you need $16,000 or else you can't buy this house. Anyway, what did I do? Sat down, formed a strategy, went into my email list, looked at who they are and went, what will these people buy from me? I emailed them for 3 weeks and I made my $16,000. Okay. Again, I'm teaching you what I've learned and done myself. I've done the hard work so you don't have to. Okay. Why you need a lead magnet? Well, firstly, it is a valuable free resource that's offered in exchange for content information. And really, it connects to the third point here, which is you have to get them off social media. If you just talk to them on social media, you're just hoping that they're going to see you again and take action. Capturing them and getting them into something gets them to you and away from your competitors. And when that happens, you're able to establish credibility and trust with those prospects. And then you can nurture them, those leads, into sales. or you can tap into them when you need to. So for example, Black Friday is coming up. You can tap into your leads list for a Black Friday sale. You can tap into your leads list for a Father's Day sale because it's there, ready and waiting. Now, the struggles without a lead magnet are you don't have any qualified leads, all right? You're on social media. You don't know if those people are cold, warm, or hot. You're basically talking to a whatever audience. There are a whole bunch of strangers. They don't know who you are. Some of them may have seen you once or twice before, but there's no ways that you can qualify those people. A lead magnet qualifies them when you have the right title. Let me say that. When it's the right resource with the right title and the right content plan that gets them into it, it will qualify those people. I'll give you another example. You guys are getting gold today. You're getting stuff that I haven't even put in here. So I ran a webinar a couple of weeks ago. I called it Get Sales on Your Sites Without Paying for Ads. I got a whole bunch of virtual assistants attending my webinar so they could learn what to do as VAs for their business owners. Now, that's not part of my strategy. My strategy is to sign up the business owner to work with them so I can train their virtual assistants. So I reassessed my strategy and I went, my title is wrong. So my new title is, oh my gosh, it is a mouthful. My new title is Get More Sales Online from Your Marketing Employees. So that means I won't get the marketing employees anymore. I'm now going to get the business owners. So my webinar next week, if anyone wants to attend, is called Get More Sales Online from Your Marketing Employees. And that's me empowering the business owners and showing them the importance of upskilling their marketing employees with a strategy. Cool. So number 2 is difficulty in building a mailing list. And a mailing list is an asset. Now, the only reason I was able to sell my health, wellness, and fitness center, which I had for 5 years on the Gold Coast, I could only sell it because I had a lead generation process that was actively working and a leads list. Had I not had that, I could not have sold it. So if you have an exit strategy, this is it. You can sell your database. And the last one is engagement and nurturing into sales. If you do not get them off social media and you do not have them here, you cannot touch them in their special places. All right. And I think right now it's like people are needing 7 to 21 touch points before they even think about making a decision or buying. And you cannot do that in social media because you're relying on algorithms. So these are the 3 biggest lead mistakes, okay? Failing to plan, planning to fail. And I'm just going to use Black Friday as an example, even though it's not really a lead thing, but I'll use it as an example. Black Friday is coming up. The week before Black Friday, I will get at least 20 people come to me and say, please set up a sales funnel or lead generation funnel for Black Friday, 1 week beforehand. They have failed to plan. Therefore, you plan to fail. Using that same example, let's go to number 2. There's no end-to-end strategy. So they go, I'm just going to send out one email on Black Friday and cross my fingers and hope it's going to work. And they haven't thought that they've got to get the right people onto the email list. They've got to warm that email list up, get them excited. Then they've got to follow them up. So there's no end-to-end. And the third is lack of implementation. And those are the people that are on Monday after Father's Day were, oops, I forgot it was Father's Day yesterday, so I'm running a Father's Day campaign this week. Did anyone see those ones? I saw a few, right? Lack of implementation. Oops, didn't put in the calendar. So a lead magnet needs to hook who? This is important. You must write this down. Who is it hooking? Because the lead magnet needs to speak specifically to that person. What is it hooking them into? Meaning it has to be a desirable thing for that person, because if it's not aspirational or pain focused, they're not going to give in and give you an email address. And then you have to look at what are you going to do with those people? So again, the end-to-end strategy. The lead magnet needs to address a specific pain point or challenge that they are facing. So I'll give you an example. If you use a lead generation ebook or something and you go, for example, something like this, and you say, hey, here's a guide on how to lead a freedom lifestyle. Okay. Now, you could be a financial broker. You could be a cryptocurrency person. You could be in the health industry. You could be in the MLM industry. Do you see how it says here, you can lead the freedom lifestyle? I go, well, who's this for? I don't know what this is for or what I should do or what's in it for me. So there's no ways I'm going to hand over an email address. So it has to address a specific pain point or challenge that they face. It has to offer a solution or actionable steps to solve that problem. And it has to align the topic with your expertise or business niche. So I mentioned it briefly, but I think Jay was getting overly excited about scolding Dr. Chris. So we'll say it again. Marketing is about what you do that's different to what everybody else does. It's not about what you do that's the same as everyone else, because you are not special and there's 1,000 of you, a gazillion thousand of you. So that's why the topic needs to align with your expertise and business niche. So here we go. Let me show you how to do it. So it needs to captivate your target audience. So write this down. Who are they? Specifically describe your target audience. Okay? As if you were like, if you're madly in love with them. You know, where do they hang out? What language do they use? What are they talking about? What do they love? What do they want? What do they hate? Then the lead magnet has to show your expertise. So your expertise has to match their aspirations and pain point. And of course, it has to get an email address. I spoke to someone at an expo recently, and he had the most amazing QR codes up everywhere for all his different offers. And I said to him, you're giving away all these things, but you're not getting anybody's email address. That is not a lead capture, lead magnet funnel. That is, I'm giving it all away for free and hoping that their old age, memory, dementia, Alzheimer's doesn't kick in and they can actually remember the name of me at that expo last week that they spoke to. And when, who was that person? I don't know. But at the time, if they were interested, they would give you an email address for it. Okay, so here are the steps. These are simple steps, but some of you are auditory, but most of you are going to be visual, right? So let me say that I'm going to give you these steps. Take a screenshot if you like, but I'm visually going to show you how it all maps out because some of you are going to be better with that, okay? So the simple steps are getting your target audience right, choosing a valuable and relevant lead magnet idea, create your lead magnet content, set up the email marketing part of it, create a sign-up form or landing page, then promote your lead magnet, automate the email delivery so you don't have to manually do it. But let me say, for the first 3 years of my business, I manually did my lead generation funnel, and I will show you how. Then you can monitor, you've got to monitor and optimize it. Make sure you monitor and see where they are opting out in the phase, like where are they actually not following through with? Is it working, not working? If it's not working, don't rebrand, don't change your logo, don't change your business name. Just see where in the funnel it is not working and change in the funnel where it's not working. Second to last, generate and customize a QR code. You can see Jay's got a lovely QR code up at the top over there. Makes it really easy for people. And then, of course, make sure that you download and share your QR code. Okay, these are just some different approaches of an ebook that you could use, but templates, checklists, toolkits, white papers, your good old-fashioned ebook. You could do a mini challenge or a course. You could do a case study or success story. So, for example, if you work with real estate agents, you could say, we work with real estate agents. This is the process we take them through. And people will give you, other real estate agents will give you their email address just to see what you did with the other real estate agent. Interactive quizzes and assessments, they're doing quite well. Obviously, quizzes, because everybody likes to check themselves and see how well they're doing. But again, if you don't have the follow-through, follow-up principle in place, it's a waste of everyone's time. And the quiz has to relate to those people. And the last one, and this is really mostly for e-commerce, discounts and promotions, but free trials you could use for service-based and product-based businesses. Okay, so how do you craft your ebook content? Well, break down the content into chapters or sections, because at the end of the day, it just needs to be easily digestible. Use clear and concise language. Long form is out the door. Nobody wants long form anymore, right? Incorporate visuals, charts, and examples to enhance their understanding. Remember, they don't know what you don't know. And if you make them feel dumb, they will not go ahead with you. If they feel like they have to ask you too many questions, they feel they can't work with you. They'll feel you'll be too hard to understand. Share with them the what to do, not the how to do it. People need to pay for the how to do it, not the what. But you can give them the what to do, which is what this presentation is. It's telling you exactly what to do. And the last one is make it practical to implement so that they do get results. Because why would they pay you if what you give them doesn't get them results? That doesn't make you valuable. Okay, so designing your ebook. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other platforms out there, but really Canva has so many templates, and I did my one that I'm going to show you today in Canva. Make sure you've got an eye-catching cover design and not the example that my VAs put in over here. Use consistent formatting and branding with your details and your logo. If you have a wonderful resource, the reality is if it's great, they may email that resource to somebody else, which means you haven't captured that person's email address, but now your intellectual property is being shared. What does that mean? You have to have your website or your logo on the document. So when they go, shit, this is good, they know who to call. Okay. Consider the use of images to complement the content and make sure it's easily digestible. Delivering your ebook. So I spoke about this principle, and seriously, I did this for the first 3 years of my business, right? No tech experience. This is what I did. So there's no excuses for any of you. You literally go and you ask, right? Who you ask in social media. It's the ask principle. It's one of my principles I teach. The ask principle goes, who here would like more leads in their business and would like a resource on exactly how to do that? Me, I want it. 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 Awesome. If you PM me your email address, I'll send it to you. Now, I could just send it to them in Facebook Messenger, but I want the email address. So I grab the email address, I attach the ebook, I email it through to it, I label it as a lead in emails. Please, that is such a vital part because you can come back to them. So this is if you don't have an email marketing system. I'm literally teaching you how to cheat. You should not add them to an email marketing system because that's not right. That's illegal. You shouldn't do that. They have to opt in manually themselves. But if you don't have an email marketing system and they've asked you for the email to send them the resource, you can. And that will open up the line of communication. You won't be able to automatically email them, but you could do some copy pastes. And then according to their buyer persona and their customer journey that's logical to them, you would have a meaningful conversation and nurture that into from a lead to a sale. You can host your ebook on your website as a PDF in the media section. Okay, this is getting a bit techie now, but for those of you who are at that level, I like to speak at all levels. You can host it in Google, unlisted as a Google Doc. You can create a landing page on your email marketing platform. You can create an opt-in form, and there's other platforms that you can do that in. You can do it in ActiveCampaign, you can do it in Klaviyo, but even things like JotForm, or even some quiz platforms allow you to create quizzes for free. And you can capture, the last thing, which is the most important thing out of everything, is your number one goal is to capture the email address, start a meaningful conversation with them, and continue that conversation. Okay, so what do you do with it? Where do you put it? Okay, you can see Jay's got the example there of how you put it on your, see how I talk with my hand and Zoom puts the hand up every time. It's absolutely hysterical. They should have like a thing, don't do that for Italians. Italian, South African, Australians. So what do you do with it? What do you do with this lead magnet? Well, you put it in your blog. Hey, at the end of your blog, if you're struggling with this, download my resource. Now you've taken them from reading your blog to now being a lead in your email marketing platform. A blog should always have a call to action. You can put it in your banners on social media. So download my free resource on your banner on your social media. You can put it on your Zoom banner, and guess what other banner you can do it on? Your expo banners as well. So when they're at an expo, download my free resource. You're now capturing a lead. Number 3 is in your bios. So in your bios, in your about sections on all your channels, you can say, hey, download this resource. Even in YouTube, download this resource. Linktree, if you've got a Linktree, you can say, download this free resource. If you don't know what Linktree is, I've got a blog on my site. And if you are not a subscriber, make sure that you subscribe on my site because we send out weekly content. You can put it up on your website as well. Download this free resource. You can have it as a pop-up on your website. Download this free resource. Okay. If you have a book and you've written a book, have it in the book. Here's a QR code. Download my resource. You've now taken them from buying the book. They've bought the book, they've read it, to who was that person that I just read that book from? Oh, I can't remember. To, oh my gosh, they've just given me a template, a checklist, a resource, and I can actually scan it. And now you've captured them, you've got them off. So the next time you launch a book, guess what? You can say, I've launched a new book. Here we go. You're keeping them here. You can put them in your presentations. For example, I'm doing one today, but even a podcast presentation at the end of the podcast, hey, download my free resource. And of course, in social media. So in your reels, your stories, your posts, you can put it in Google My Business as a product. You can put it in YouTube, in the call to action, and you can even put it in articles on Facebook and LinkedIn. It's like, great, you've read my stuff. If you want more, download this resource. Guys, I am literally giving it all to you. Everything that I had to learn in order to make money online, I am throwing it at you. So I hope that you have got your priority items and everything else going. Just remember that lead magnets are nothing unless they align with your target audience, interests and needs, and they provide great value. Okay, here's an example. So on the left-hand side, there's my little social media icon that I would create and I'd put up on social media and go, hey, I've just created this free resource. There's the QR code, and some of you may wish to test it. In fact, if you do test it, you'll see where it goes to. So probably a good idea for you to test it. There's the QR code. And if you go to the QR code, you'll notice it takes you to a Linktree style form. It'll say download hot leads on repeat. Who thinks that's a good name? Would all of you like hot leads on repeat whilst you sleep? Okay, so I've got the title to capture the right audience, right? QR code to put it on my banners, my bios, and everywhere else. When you go there, it'll take you to a Linktree type thing. Click on it. I want you to click on it because it's going to show you, it's going to open up a form. That is called an opt-in form. So in order for you to get that resource, I've got to get your details. That form is set up in my email marketing platform. So it automatically happens. Cool bananas. And what will happen is you'll get this. So this is what was created in Canva. You can see it's got my branding all over it. Colors, my fonts, it's easy digestible. It's easy to read. It's got some, good visuals in there. Well, I hope they're good. So that it's easy digestible. And it's actually a 20-page resource that you get. And then after you get the 20-page resource, so this is an example of a lead generation funnel. We're now at the delivering resource part, which is on the left-hand side. Once you deliver them the resource, which is automatic if you've got an email marketing platform, you then can send emails in a timely fashion according to their buying persona to build their know, like, and trust about you and your business, share some success stories, and make them an offer. And then you continue to keep them in your newsletters to continue to nurture, add value to, and warm up. Some people need more warming up than others. So what is the difference between newsletters and an email campaign? If anyone tells me they're doing newsletters, I know they're just spitting out, hey, here's a tip, here's a this, here's a that, but it's not actually strategy or outcome focused. Email campaigns are strategically created in a series to get an outcome. A newsletter is a monthly newsletter. This is what we're up to. This is what we're doing. This is what is on offer. Email campaigns are a series that is logical to your customer, that builds know, like, and trust, and warms them up and nurtures them and touches them in all their squishy, nice places. So they go, yep, I'm happy to have that coffee date now. Maybe I'll even go to a dinner date. Maybe we'll get married, have children, right? That's what email campaigns does. It's a logical sequence of emails together. And as I said, first 3 years of my business, I didn't have it. I manually did it all. So, which is fine because, I didn't have the money, couldn't warrant the money. I had to learn how to do it. So grateful for it. So today you have an opportunity, and the opportunity is for you to be able to have a consistent flow of leads and customers that you can tap into on an ongoing and regular basis. So imagine if you had all those social media marketing skills. Hold on. Imagine if you had lead magnets. So just so you know, I've probably got, if you go to free resources on my website, I probably have about 5 or 6 lead magnets, but I probably have about 12 different funnels going in my business. Because obviously I don't want to put the same resource out the whole time. I've got another one, which is called, I think, 31 email marketing templates. So you want to capture different people with their pain points. Okay. Very advanced, get one funnel right. But imagine you have got lead magnets in there and you're effortlessly collecting email addresses from your tribe. It's allowing you to communicate with them, have meaningful conversations, and turn them from followers into dedicated fans. And more opportunities come from this, because the more clients you get, the more money you make. You really start to be able to make a true impact in people's lives. Because at the end of the day, we are here to make money, but we're also here to change lives. So your lead magnets are bringing in happy paying customers, and more opportunities grow for you. And that is then when you should start then investing in team and invest in somebody to set this up for you. Why is this going backwards? So how does it feel to have all that confidence with your online marketing strategy and control over your marketing abilities? You just wake up every day, you do what needs to be done, and customers just keep coming into the funnel. Leads, customers, nurturing, all on steroids. And if you embrace that vision just for a little bit, and for me, honestly, my vision wasn't a vision. It was absolute desperation when I first came here, because I literally had to feed a family of 5. But if you embrace that vision right now and go, you know what, I really need to make a change in my business. I really need to do something different in order to make a difference in my business. I'm going to guide you through some of the steps shortly. But before I do that, I just want to share with you, these are actually really recent examples. If we start on the left-hand side, we've got Dene. Some of you might, I think it's Dean. It's not, I think it's Dean Menzel. She came to me. We started a lead generation funnel, and she was able to get 350 people in the first week into her funnel. From the 350, she was then able to sign them up into a new app that she developed. Down below, we've got Tara from Dreamer RV, and her product hadn't landed in the country yet. And we wanted to be able to get I call it an excitement phase going, so that we could actually, as soon as it came, we were able then to sell the product. She sold her product out in the first day, was then able to restock that product. And I think she was in Hamilton Island having cocktails. There's actually a testimonial. I can give you the YouTube link for it, where she said she was drinking cocktails and she sold out with the second lot of stock that arrived. And that was because she built her lead generation funnel on social media before her product even arrived. She built her email list of people who wanted it, so that when it arrived, she could give it to them. Now, on the right-hand side, we've got Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann did $8,000 in sales over 1 week, which is the most sales that she's ever done. And that was through her email marketing, and that was on her lead generation funnel. Daryl Bancroft, some of you might know him. A little bit different. His product, the cheaper your product is, the less money you're going to make, right? He sells Strikehold, an absolutely amazing product. But they did $1,900 in a week, offering a lead magnet, a 10% off lead magnet. They were able to make $1,900 worth of sales. Okay, giving 10% off. Please make sure that if you do offer anything off, that you are actually still making a profit. Very important. I worked with a business recently. They told me they had all their finances ready. After working with this business, they were only getting about 15 sales a week. Within a month, they were getting 40 sales a week. And when they started getting 40 sales a week, they realized that their pricing wasn't right, because now the feelings of not making a profit were seriously more felt, because they didn't feel it with 15. So you have to do your pricing and make sure that you're still making money if you are offering discounts. So there is an offer for you today. This entire program, which is the program that Tara did, if I go back, Tara bottom left over here, and she is still a current client of mine. She does my group program now, but she bought this program. It's a 6-module program. You can do it in your own time. You get lifetime access, but it actually shows you how to do anything. I'm on a video. and I'm showing you exactly how to do it step by step. You can pause me, do it, pause me, do it, pause me, do it. You can speed me up, but I doubt you will because it's all on YouTube unlisted. But more importantly, you can also slow me down, all right? And you also get all the templates, the resources, and all the other potential variables that can happen. And that program's $997. And if anybody does go ahead and book with that, I'm more than happy to give you a free 30-minute one-on-one. The one-on-one's not today, but you will do a free session with me, and I'll actually advise you when that session is best to be done during the course of that program, because there is a tipping point for you where it would be more valuable for me to come in at that point than at any other point. Now, for those of you who prefer to work one-on-one, I do all of this with you. I set up that entire ebook and the entire funnel with you. And that program one-on-one over 8 weeks is 4467 plus GST. Now, if you do go ahead and decide that you want to book that today, if you want to go ahead, you get this entire program for free, which means that you're getting an extra $997 plus an extra 30-minute session as well. I know it's redonkulous if you go ahead. Now, we do have a payment plan for that as well. For those of you who'd like it, it's $881 a month over 6 months. $881 a month over 6 months to work one-on-one with me over 8 weeks to do this program. All you've got to do, Chantal Gerardy on Facebook, messenger me, we'll have a chat. I'll send you the links. It is only for 24 hours. Or you can email me and we can get you started. All right, that's it. Question time.